Hello everybody, I thought I'd do a stream today about how I made this little doll, and I thought I'd share it with you. I didn't post anywhere that I was coming on, but I thought I'd come on. I'm going to be streaming on International Crafters with Nikki Parr in a couple of hours, so I thought I would take this time to do a little bit of a stream. So that's what I'm going to do. My mouse is going crazy on me, so I'm going to have to click it off and remember to switch it on when I want to move or click something. That might not be a good idea with if the dogs bark, so I might have to turn that back on. If they bark, I might have to turn my mute on. Anyway, so this is the little guy made, inspired by the movie Coraline, I believe, and I just made my own character. Sewed, I had leather, I sewed this together. Not the best sewing quality, but that's what it is. The jeans I made, painted the bottom of the feet black for the shoes, and then I put some hard leather, glued hard leather, clamped them down for the soles of the shoes. So I did, this is my first doll, so the job is not the best, but I'm learning. So them sewed little finger parts, make them separate. They're not the best, but that's what how they came out. Just take his clothes off here. I made him I just painted his hands, the skin tone. So I just left the body part here. So I have the stuffed body. I did hand sew that as well. I have the armature, where is it? Armature body here, which I have one pre-made here. So I just did the arms and the body shape, hot glued the head of a styrofoam ball on, just one of these dollar store ones, and with the loop here being here, and then his legs coming down, and I added the arms. So that's that. And so that's how his body is inside. Then I made a pattern, traced out his body. I'm just going to put his jacket back on. And I did sew his clothes. I sewed them on, and then I sewed them on him. And then this one was kind of bunching up, his shirt. So then I sewed it down so then it wouldn't pop up, because I'm going to keep all his clothes on. I sewed his jeans on him. I cinched them around. And to get this trim at the bottom of the jeans, I just used the bottom of my pant leg on a jean to make my pattern and sewed them together inside out. So that's how I did that. So I kind of use some fast ways to make it a little easier for that. For his jacket, I just traced out another pattern and pieced it together. So that was the hardest part because it's leather. I'm not, maybe the next one won't be leather, but I do want to make more leather jackets. It's just that doing that one online, my washing machine is acting up. Doing that one, oops, oh, I think it stopped. Will take forever for the leather jacket. So I did do his hair in wool, and I used clay to do his head. So that's how he is. So here I'll show you the type of clay. It was just from the dollar store. I pretty much had everything out except for a couple of things. So this is the clay I used, and it's upside down. Cheap dollar store clay. It seems to work really well. I painted on it and painted his face, and it looks pretty good. And then I sealed it with a varnish, which I'll show you is just a regular varnish that I picked up at the probably Canadian Tire or something like that. So anyway, that's that. Yes, so I just used wire from the dollar store And then I also needed to use the masking tape, pins to pin up the patterns for his body. I also have fluff needles. Fluff. Hi, hello Kim. That I use. And of course I'm making a bag noise, so the guinea pigs like that. I use water. Yeah, I use water on my fingers to smooth it out. I didn't even use sandpaper or anything on him, which after he was dry, I just painted him, and he seems to have turned out pretty good. So yeah. This is my first doll, so I mean, as I go along, they'll get better probably, right? So, but for his hair, I had a heck of a time, but I did use this Gorilla Glue. It doesn't dry fast, but it does do a really good job of making it wet, soaked through the wool. And I used a chopstick, just kept rolling it on to make it stay, and just used time, just let it stick, and I think it's really, really good. It looks like it's smooth, soft, but it is a little bit, it's stiff until up to here. It's not stiff. So I think it's got the good look because it worked really well for what, how I want to look like hair, but I didn't want to look like it was like glued or glossy or anything. So this Gorilla Glue worked really good for his hair. And so I thought I'd give you guys a kind of play with a face, I guess. I am upside down when I'm working, but for my next doll, I might do a few streams. Yeah, they're not real button eyes. I did this for this one. I just made like a circle and then flattened it out, and then I pushed a button into it to get the button look. And then I designed it with a sharp tool or something like that. A toothpick, I think. Well, I'm going to be making a part of a doll today, yes, because there's so much steps to it. Thank you, Chloe. Dog's barking. Thank you, Kim. I'm just gonna. I keep forgetting to click the conversation on it. I don't know if it clicks. I'll see if it clicks on every time somebody. I don't know. All right. Thank you very much. Anyway, so this is my first doll. So what I have is I have another doll ready to paint, but just the head and everything. But what I thought I'd do on stream is do a head, and instead wait. Of course, you can't wait for it to dry and then paint it. So I thought I'd have one ready to paint after I shape the head a bit. So that's why I have. You can close the window if you'd like. I don't know if that would work. Yeah, just leave it. Sorry, my daughter's just getting the dog in, and I'm wondering what will make her happy. So I put my clay in here, and I'm hoping it's going to be good. I left it in the package as well. I have some older clay that I used for my first doll, this one, and it's pretty stiff, but I did manage to play with it. And oh, there goes my guinea pigs. I'm playing with bag. Soften it up enough, but I think I'm going to save that for other crafting. And I opened another bag to make this other head here that I'm going to be working on today, but I'm going to show you guys that after. Anyways, as I said, I traced my this guy's a little taller. I traced around him, and that's how I got his body. And then I cut out with muslin. And mine's all wrinkled up, but it works just the same. And then I traced it on double side pattern, cut it out, filled it up with my stuffing, and then that was his body. So I'm keeping my pieces. I have different patterns that I'm just keeping, and some of them will vary in sizes depending on how I bend these. But then you just kind of keep I'm keeping this as my original pattern, and I realized this one's a little taller now, but you know, this guy's got a little bit longer arms, so I could still, when I cut my pattern, just go a little bit bigger. But I got kind of an example of my pattern. The round piece I have on top is what I did. I go to save on clay and weight. I put a styrofoam ball on, so I hot glue it on. And puppy, I have my hot glue ready because I could make another one just to show you. Here's my wire. So I'll get going on that just quickly then. I have everything out, but I was like, what do I do? I don't want to be a very long stream, and I want to make it like chunks, like I do another live stream. And now that I have this guy saved too, I could kind of know how much wire I want. I don't measure. It's just going to be whatever size they're going to turn out to be. You kind of want it close to the same size just so it's easier to. I really wish that I can get it to, I'm not sure if this came on, to come up where the chats come up on their own. It had mold on it? Oh, that's really weird. It wasn't homemade. Sometimes I made homemade clay before and it did mold. It's probably because with natural ingredients, right? They don't have the chemicals in them. If it was homemade, then maybe I understand but I'm not sure why it would mold. So this is my body part here. I got this is not my round pliers. Sorry about the dog. She's being spoiled now. You can let her down, Chloe. She got a timeout for barking. Timeout for barking. Anyways, I'll grab the arms. And then I just go around the body a couple times, and then I just twist up. Chloe, can you let the dog out? So I'm going to go wrap it around. I know it's not the best view because my arms are just flailing. Whoops. And live stream. The reason why I want to do this in live stream is because you can chat. I can chat with you guys. So that's one positive thing. So then if anyone had a question. So now I have my body shape. I'm going to wrap it a bit more. And then I just put some masking tape over it. And it gives me bulk. And then I just twist it. Usually I use my round pliers, but it's just one little twist. It's not like a big roll, like when you're wire wrapping. So you can use just any flat nose kind-ish. Of course, it's always a bit weird doing it live because you're like, so I can wrap that around a couple more times to get a bit more to my guide. And I could also make the hands, roll them up a bit more too, because that's going to be inside the cloth that you make the body. So I'm just looking at my project. So if I see any questions in a minute, I'll there. So pretty much like that. That's inside-ish. My it was not homemade. That's really weird. It must have been just one of those things, weird, something wonky happening. Now this guy here is just going to roll up the feet. I tend to go in the same direction, but this one went kind of wonky. It went up, but whatever. I try to go, if I'm rolling out, I tried, but it's not a big deal, I don't think. I just find that I found one foot when I was rolling in a different direction. And this guy was wanting to go a different way. when I do this too, it makes a nice little, when you bend a foot for the shoe, it makes a nice little easier to bend. I like that. And also it doesn't poke through the material. So that's what I like about it. So that's perfect for this guy. So then now my head, and this is where the ball comes in. I'm going to squish my ball through. I actually usually take an X-Acto knife so I don't make a big mess, and cut a slit right where my wire is going to go. It's not a big deal, but I test it out, push it in. You can make like, okay, well, his arms might want to go up more or something like that. You might want to make his neck go down a bit. I did push a little far, but we go like that. So I'm going to take my hot glue, put on my wire. It's been sitting for a while, so it's pretty hot. And that's his head. Nope. I popped it through, but that's okay. It's going to get covered by the clay. And that's why we use the styrofoam balls. So I use my masking tape just so one, you can actually hold on to it a little bit better too when you're playing around. And if anything, don't want anything to slip. But this is on pretty secure. Sometimes the wires will slip around if you don't have it secure on the arms. So sometimes you just need a little bit of tape. So it's not like necessary, which gives me a visual of where it's easier to hold on to when I'm working too. Because when I'm sticking that clay on, I'll have a grip. Because when I'm working, now I'll have a grip on this part. Okay. So now I have 2 dolls ready for clay. Yay. Okay. I got this guy sitting here. And this is nice because you can really bend him up. You know? You can be like totally checking the things out here. And that's what I like about the arms being the way they are. Can you guys see him? I don't know. He's kind of in a weird spot. Creepy, checking things out. Okay. So I like that you can really move him around and stuff. That's pretty cool. Okay. So this is the cheap clay, and I'm not meaning to do cheap clay. It was just that right now that's what's open and it's working fine. So why not, right? Like it's not Michael's, you have to order and stuff like that right now. So, and then they stick it out of the store in the basket with your order number, and it's all this, you know, because it can't go into Michael's right at the moment. But this stuff works really good. Tomorrow, like the next day, it's going to be dry. So I don't need a whole lot. So what I'm just going to do is wrap the ball. And like I said, it makes it nice and light. That's why I like using the ball. And I don't like using foil because I don't like buying aluminum for one. And it can be expensive. Where this was $1.50 or $1.25 for a pack of what, 2, 4, 6, 8, I believe eight of these styrofoam balls. So maybe 12. Yeah, probably 12 because I had. But anyway, so that's not bad. Where you're buying a roll of, there's his head starting off, a roll of paper, aluminum stuff. If you buy it from a dollar store, it's really thin, so you're still using a lot, the aluminum foil. So, may as well just get the balls. Cheaper, it's not going into the waste because you're making things that you're going to be keeping, hopefully, or gifting. So that's just the beginning of the head. Then you kind of just figure what you want to do from there. So this guy, very wonky face. I made him kind of scrawny and anti looking. I just kind of liked the creepiness of it. Kind of made my other guy kind of similar. This guy, I'm going to give him a bit of a chin and see what we're going to go, where we're going to go. Maybe I want a bit of a stronger jaw. So we'll see. And you can use sculpting tools, but I just have paintbrushes. Here's my paintbrush that I was using, dollar store paintbrush. And that's my smoothing tool. I use the end a lot. I use toothpicks as well. So, and I got my water here. I dip my fingers in the bowl and there we go. It's nice and smooth. And that's how I smooth it out, because you're asking about smoothness. I just make sure I go over the whole thing with the paintbrush and water after. And here I can just use, I got so much clay on here, but I could just use the end of my brush just to, make little grooves here and there. Works really well from behind the ears too. And I still have my napkin from my last doll. I'm so cheap, I keep it. But there's his chin. That's just a start. I'm doing this upside down too, which is really weird. Although you probably can't see it because of the angle. Whoa, sorry. I was going to name him Clay, I think, but I'm not sure. This guy. I haven't named him yet, so maybe I have to still think of a name for this guy. What a weird chin, so, but hey. We could do a brow on him. I'm doing this guy maybe different to see what I kind of want to make somebody a little bit more ogre-y maybe. I'm going to do a brow. Going really quick too. Like I said, it's already been 23 minutes. I don't want to make the stream hugely long. I'm wondering if I'm hoping that I can be able to edit this after 2 to a shorter video for some people. And see where that goes. It's hard to see. And there goes my mouse making it so I can't see. I have to get my battery changed on my mouse. So I'm going to make a triangle piece. And usually I go a lot slower, so with this too. So let's see here. I'm going to check where I want his eyes to be about. Move his arms down because they're in my way. I'm going to press where I think his eyes should be. Just kind of do a little impression. And I wanted him to have that squarish grandfather jaw, like, I don't know if I'm trying to get that squarish jaw, like that guy in Up, that square grandfather-y jaw. So that's, I kind of decided that I wanted to not do a pointy jaw this time. Let's see if we can try something different. Now I'm going to put his nose on. Hey, guy, maybe we should put you back over here. You could just kind of observe over here. I'm getting clay on your jacket. Naughty. Getting your leathers all dirty. All right. Gonna get his nose in here. I'm not sure what I want yet, so I'm just kind of, there's so much you can push around and that kind of thing on here. What's that? You think everyone's that is media hot today? Oh, I didn't even know. Maybe, yeah. I didn't really pay attention to my YouTube. Oh, well, they'll see this sometime. I just know that Nikki and I are streaming today because I can't on the Sunday. Got to plant my garden. So I'm going to use my end. I'm wetting it because I got so much clay on it. Clean it off. It doesn't take much to clean off. This has been dry for a few days too, so. As you can tell, I don't have any tools for this. I'm going to push up his nose underneath here to shape it all wonky like that. I like it. And I'm just going to smooth out what I can on the side. My paintbrush. Usually this takes a while to get exactly what I want. It's not a fast process usually, because sometimes I'm playing around and I'm like not sure what style I want that day. Kind of looks like he's got a broken nose. I might fix it up because I'm not looking at it from straight on. So his eyes are going to be right about here, but I also got the probably the button eyes I could do, but I could do, you know, you can do whatever you want. But his eyes are going to be about there. So I'm gonna, oops, gotta add some more clay. I'm gonna add more clay into his eye area. It's all wet here now because you gotta wet it. Add some clay, but I did wet it. I think I'm gonna. Okay, here he's coming along. It's upside down. His back of his head will get a little bit flat. Got to bend his little legs. So I'm not really sure what I want for his eyes, so I'm just trying to think. Putting a little something there. I need to have a little bit more thickness because I do want to put the button in the eyes, but I do want to have a bit of a shape. Like you can see that there's eyes behind there. And that's basically it. Let's see where I did with it. I gotta stand up. I moved things to pull them out. I don't know what I did with his little button things here that I had. I had a little button out that I was using. Just gonna grab another button. Sorry about that. So what I do is I use the, let's just show it. Just, oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, it is. Cool. Thanks, Kim. Yeah, I didn't know about the hot, but like I said, I haven't been really looking on YouTube. I've been busy with gardening and stuff, and I'm like, oh, I have time to do something. It is, like I said, I just felt like I wanted to do the doll, and I think the only thing I went to go buy was the wire, and because my wire was too thin. The wire and the styrofoam balls and the clay, because I did have some clay for my first doll attempt, but it's getting a little wonky. Looking a little wonky at the moment. So if I want to do 4 holes, 2 holes. I didn't want to quite copy the dolls that are online, so I just didn't do the thread through. That's the difference, one of the difference. But it is kind of copied style, but so I just put, it might not have enough clay there, but I put my clay eye in. This one's gonna be really in sync, sunken in. My first one, he's quite bulging. Let's see if I like that. No, I think I'll add more eyes. See, this is where you get to have the option. I think I'll add more clay. Move my clay over. And make a bigger eye. It's really that easy just to kind of make up your mind last minute with this stuff. So let's see here. I don't know how big I want it, but I do know that I want it to be more than just how I had it. So I'm going to roll up my clay. 2 little balls. Put them on. I did last time for this guy, put the clay down here, rolled it on. I mean, on my piece, and then I added it to my piece. And then, I mean, there's different ways to do it. So I just keep trying until I like it. Now I'm just taking my X-Acto knife to take it off. For my first one, I did make even the eye sockets for him. I made the eye sockets, but I ended up covering it all up. So it's kind of learning as you go what you like. This one might be a little bit too big compared to the other one. But then you could kind of just take it off. See, that's another thing about being on the table. You can cut away at it, but you can still do that here. Just smooth it in there. It's so easy to work with. So easy. Let's see what time it is. I know I gotta stream at Nikki. So now this time I used the 2-hole button as my impression. And then sometimes I get so much clay on here, and that's why I have a napkin too. Easy to smooth out this stuff. I probably could spend like 40 minutes just on the face, just playing around. Like I could just deciding, oh, I don't know if I like this. But like I said, with this one, I'm really going fast. It's one of those things you could really spend a lot of time on. I could, definitely. This one's quite different than my other two, so I like that. I think I'm going to add little nose balls. I like adding little nose balls. You'll see that on my guy. I have little nostril, and then you can just add anywhere you find that it's not, if it's too hollow or something, too indented, you could kind of fix up like that, picking a little piece. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much, Kim. See you later. So now I'm just kind of okay, let's see here. Pushing his eye just a bit more in there. Maybe this time I'll actually push those eyes things in, but we'll work on that after here. Paper towel. Oops, fingers. I keep dipping them. Go wash some of that off. I'm gonna make a couple of little nose balls. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I will enjoy my garden. Thank you very much, Kim. Okay. I put it up there. I'm going to make a little nose balls. Here's how he's looking so far. Pretty cute. Like I said, I spend usually a lot of time developing it and moving it around and stuff like the clay. And I also got to do his little ears. His nostrils will be pretty big, I think. I like that. See how huge those are? I'm just going to blend them in a bit. And you can do whatever you want. I'm going to move this so I'm not crossing over 100 times here. So, yes, it's getting into his eyes. I can move it with the paintbrush like this to kind of, I wish you guys could see a bit better. This eye is a bit higher up. I'm going to push it down just a bit more using my button technique. I'm just going to take a little bit of this off like I did my other side. He doesn't need the big bulging eyes, not that big. That comedian with the big bulgy eyes way back when, I can't remember his name. I'm just taking around what kind of went over the edge of it a bit. Easy way to do it, so there we go. Getting there. Now I'm just going to smooth what I did. So easy to smooth it out, especially if you can't get in it place, you can just use your paintbrush. And get his nose. So if you're on, oh hi Kathy. Oh, I was just gonna put the paintbrush in my mouth and get clay, mouthful of clay. Mouthful of clay. Cool. Thank you. Thank you very much. Here's this guy, kind of got him full of clay. Okay, so I'm just smoothing out. I'm doing such a fast job. Usually, like I said before, I can totally spend like a good 40 minutes or more. Who knows? I don't even time myself usually on how long it could take to play with the face. And if you don't like something, I could totally, totally go over. So I like to have the big nose nostril thingies. It's just so fun. So I'm just going to smooth them in, and I think I'm going to add a little bit more to his nose too. I know some people like to add a lot and then take away, but I like to kind of just go a little bit by little. I don't mind smoothing it out, starting kind of, probably why it takes so long, because I smooth it out a bit and then I have to do it all over again and all over again, but I don't mind. I'm going to put my toothbrush, my paintbrush in there. And I might add more to his eye. Well, I will add more to his eyes. I got detail to add in there and stuff. I'm just kind of, where's my toothpick? Way over here. Probably should get some clay tools. But I just kind of did this during quarantine time here, so it's not like I had that available to me. I could have ordered them online, I suppose. But I didn't. So he's all like twisted up and like he's in sitting position just because easier to angle it my way. Yeah, I was thinking about putting the holes in, but I'll see how I like that. Oh, made a hole, so let's just experiment while I'm right here. The other ones I did, it's sticking out. I'm not sure how I like it. It's not something you don't have to worry about playing with though. Making the buttonholes go in this time. We will see. Now I'm just doing a little bit of detail just around the, and I know I'm not quite done yet still, but yeah. I thought I might be able to get a head made and a head painted, but it's already 40 minutes. 40-minute stream. So I don't know. So far, you've never worked with real clay before. Someday. Ah, nice. I seen lots. I was looking up, like, since I made this guy here, I was looking up lots of different fabric dolls too, and I'm like, wow, those are just so cool. So it might be something I play with too. But I do like the clay head right now. This I might have to replace this brush with another one. It's getting a little rough. I might be going through a lot of brushes with these. I don't know what the clay is doing it to them, but it's sure roughing it up. Okay. Too much water in there. Don't want that. Don't want too much water. I gotta make some cheeks now, I think. Move on, then smooth out a bit more. I'm getting too particular at the moment. And then I've got some ears to make. Okay, cheeks. Maybe some big jolly cheeks. I wanted the guy to be a little bit bigger, jollier. So let's see if I can do that. It might be too big. Might be too big. Let's do half of that. I also got ears to make. I'm kind of going with my same ears, I think-ish. We'll see. So here's my cheeks. And I still might want to add to the nose, so I'm not sure yet. We're going to get these cheeks on there. They're not looking great yet, but I just put a bunch of water on there too. Get them together. Actually, I'll throw these cheeks off for a second. Let's get the lips in there. I'm not going to be able to fit my fingers in there. What kind of lips do we want? Big ones. I'm going to do a kind of a diamond shape, I think. Okay. Let's get those on. I did put, see if I could, yeah, I get enough wetness in there to get that down. And it would be probably way easier with proper tools, but hey, been doing okay. Toothpick. Let's see what you said here. I would make the faces and hands and feet with clay and then cover the armature with fabric. Yeah, that's what I want to try next. Well, I mean, one of the things I want to try. Oops, you can't see him. Oh, that's so cute. That sounds so cute, Kathy. So that's something I'm going to definitely be trying. Do you, when you do the hands. I've seen some people do the wires on the hands, but then some people just do a wire up to the palm and then they cut the fingers. Is that just with polymer clay, or is that with regular, like that wouldn't be with regular clay, right? Because that wouldn't be strong enough. You'd have to have the wire fingers. Is that correct? If you can answer that question. That would be really cool to know. I would like to know that. Okay, I'm going to go with the back of my blade here with mouth. Not sure if I like the mouth right now, but that's how it's looking. But like I said, there's lots of shaping and stuff to do. So yeah, if you're can tell me if there's supposed to be wire in the hands, that'd be cool because I want to know what's best. I would think there'd be wires because now there's his cheeks, so I guess could kind of blend him in. But I wanted a big rounder guy, so I'm liking him so far. Or her. We will see. This might just be a little cup of water. We will see what comes of this one. If it's a girl or guy. I do like boots and sandals. The idea of that's so cute. I did do some more of whatever this shape of face before, so I want to try a rounder face. Not sure if how it's going. Not bad. I like to put the head down and up a bit because I like the way the hair glues on and how it has a nice shape. So I always like to do that. Forever smoothing it out. I'm going to turn it this way again. Wet my fingers. See how badly I want to put. I don't want to keep them as balls on his face, like too bally. I want them to blend into the face a bit. So this is just me doing it. It's not like a rule. This is my second, well, this is my third face, to be honest. My third face that I've made for these dolls. So I'm not a professional by far. I'm really liking this face. I'm not sure about the eyes. I might have to make, I think I'm going to have to make bigger eyes. Okay. Going in with the eyes again. Let me see. Oh, I got clay on my mouse. It sounds good. I always use molds for the hands and feet. Oh, so they're pure clay. Cool. And made by Sculpting. Cool. Thank you. Thank you, Kathy. I'm going to make his eyes a bit bigger now. I think they're too far down. So one of the other ways I made the eyes in the past is I put them down. And usually I have my baking silicone, which I left back here. I bought this at Dollarama for the pans to go on when you're on your counter. And I usually use the back so I don't dirty my spot. Because then when I'm working, I don't want to clean up because I'm doing my next step. But of course, I didn't do that today. Okay, so I'm just pushing the button in here, my cheat. Pushing my button in here. And pulling it off. Too sticky. Let's do that again. It worked with the other clay. It might have been more dry. Let's see here. I'm going to move this guy. Moving you guy over. He's got to go over. It's in my way. I'm going to try to. I might have to do it on the silicone because that's what I'm used to doing it on, and then I can easily remove it. The eyes. Of course, you know, you're doing a video and you're prepping and you're, okay, gotta go live, got this much time. You forget to, oh, it's not gonna work today. What the hey? It's too sticky. Okay, putting this clay back for that. I'm going to use my old clay. I'm going to use my old clay that I've had around forever because it's not sticky. It's very dry for the eyes, just for the eyes, because it's just getting too sticky. I'm going to do it 100 times. Okay. This one you can see it. I don't know if you can see it. It's really stiff. But I'm keeping it because I made mushrooms with them the other day for Nikki's and mine stream for. It's cracky too, but hey, it'll look okay. Because it's a lot drier. It might work. Either that, I'm just having bad luck with his eyes today. There we go. So once I add water to that, I can get it to look the way I want it to look. The other one was just sticking too much. My easy way of making buttons, cheating kind of. This one's so much drier. But I got my buttons working. Okay. This is the only other doll, Kathy, that I've made. This is my first one ever. So I am just making more now. I'm just started to make these. So this is him. And this is my very first. I have another one that I've just started over here that I wanted to paint later. Oops, he's getting caught. So I might do another stream later to paint him. This is my second one. And then I'm planning to do streams where I can just do everything on here. And I'm hoping to be able to edit a video for people to kind of follow along too. But this is will be my second doll. And this will be my third. So this is my third guy. So this is a new thing for me. But I wanted to do him online. Okay, now since this is so dry, I really definitely have to wet this. Wet this, because I'm not liking these eyes being so far in. I'm going to have to probably repair some of this cracking, but that's okay. It's just too far back, too set back, I think. There we go. More like goggles. I'm liking the more like goggles look, although this guy here, they're not quite as thick as the other guys. So, thank you. So this guy, he's more cracked, and I will smooth that out just because the clay was drier. But I just used it because I could have tried 100 times and then get it. But of course, we're live right now. Oh, I want to have his eye sideways. We're live right now, and I don't really want to take 20 minutes to try again eye, right? So I use the dryer clay because it won't stick to the button as much. There we go. But I've definitely, after you wet the back end and you're kind of smoothing things out, it's gonna stick. It's not gonna pop off or anything. I'm just trying to get the cracks that were in there because it's drier clay. And the nice thing I like is these little gaps here. I'll smooth it out, but you can see that there was an eye there, and it's kind of like, it gives it that detailed depth. I like that on my dolls. See? For my first one, I kind of made the eye socket without eyeballs and then just stuck the buttons in there, and I really like that. But I think I made his eyes probably too big, but that was my first one, so can't get away with those mistakes. I'm just gonna use my paintbrush end to shape. Like I said, I do need to buy some clay stuff to shape. But if you don't have stuff like me, you can still do it, see? Because I don't have the clay stuff, but I'm doing it, so the clay tools. I'm smoothing out my edges. Like I said, there's lots of cracks in these buttons. Okay, we did the cheeks. Now we need the ears. So kind of want some ears right in here and right in here. Like that. I don't know if I want big ears or little ears. Oops. My mouse is doing its own thing here. Okay, thank you, Kathy. See you later. Okay, so I gotta put his ears on. So this is a nice, I like him. He's a more rounded guy. I like the rounded guy. Okay, let's do his ears. I'm gonna use these that we're gonna use for the eyes before to stick them on as ears. Now my other ears here are pretty big. And this other guy's ears are even bigger, and I love it. I want to put big earrings in, so I put, I can't think of it, the things you, rivets or whatever you call it, not rivets, but I put those in, so I like the big ears. Here's his ears so far. I'm going to just kind of melt them together, blend them in, and see if I want them bigger. I think I want them bigger, but we'll see. I think I'm going to have to hopefully, finish this video really soon here, because I didn't want it to go running too long. I got so much clay back here. I probably could remove some, but we'll see, because I could probably pull some to his ears too. I think I want them bigger. Oh, I think I want them bigger and a little bit more like Sleepy, the Sleepy guy from Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. No, they were really round, weren't they? Okay. Maybe we can do pointed ears. Okay, I'm going to pull some clay from back here a little bit. It's a nice thing. Wet my fingers, easily pull some clay from the back that I have too much anyways. Oh, that's cute. That is cute too. Just kind of pulling clay, not paying attention to what I'm doing, and I'm making his ears look so cute. Okay. I like to have a nice smooth head, but of course, all this playing around, I'm bumping it up more because I'm... Okay. His cheeks might be getting a little beat up. Okay, so I think I'm going to point his ears a bit. Just because they looked really cute doing that. I might change it, I'm not sure. Might not want the pointed ears yet. I don't know. It's really cute. Where do you go? Really cute. Okay, let's do the less pointed version. I'm going to go right my way so I can see. But this is nice when I put the tape on here. It makes it so I can see. Oh, I like his face. He kind of looks ogre-y. I like it. He's a different one. He's a different one for sure. I'm definitely going to pull some of his clay up here toward his face. Oh no, I'm flattening out his... Gotta be careful. Don't to flatten out his... I know it's hard for you guys to see. He's almost looking Yoda-ish. I want him to be like kind of older man looking, and I want him to have a big chin. I might have to re-put that on there. kind of squished it trying to get this ridiculous hairline growing here because I want that. Or top of the head here. You can see why sometimes it could take forever to, I'm going to add more clay. Sometimes it could take forever to play with it. Okay. Well, it's been an hour. I have to pretty much, I think I'm going to have to fix this up and let it go. Because I don't want the stream where no one wants to watch it. Be so long. Yeah. Just adding more onto his head here because I'm having trouble pushing it forward. But I kind of want to make sure I have that look right there. I kind of like the grumpy old man look. Where is the camera? This is looking good. And his nose looks really pushed in, and my mouse keeps going crazy everywhere. I think I'm gonna pull his cheeks down just a bit. And I'm going to add just a teeny little ball and nose. And I think that's it for him for now. So I'll be coming back at some point, maybe tomorrow, I don't know, to do a paint job on my other guy. Yeah, I do need the tip of his nose. So here's the tip of his nose. His nose is just too flattened in there. This is a different shape guy character than I've done before. So it's cool to try something new. I wanted a more rounder face. He's got some touch-ups to do. Like I said, this could take a while. I'm going to stick some nostrils in there. I love doing that. Get some nostrils happening. And just more smoothing out. And this is kind of the gist of him. Whoops. And a lot of smoothing out to do for this guy. Can you guys see? So a lot more work to do for him. There we go. But that's kind of the guy I'm going for right now. But it's been an hour stream, so I'll be back at some point. I think I'm going to let it go now. Get ready for my stream with Nikki. Clean up. I will show you the guy that we'll be working on next stream. And this will be this guy here. We'll be painting him. And he's done painting him and starting with his body perhaps after that paint job, getting his hair on and that kind of thing. So I hope you guys join me. Thanks everyone for watching. Don't forget to craft like a duck. Bye for now.